I'm Shawn Macintosh. I work for the Middletown Division of Fire. I found myself seeking out the fire service after my time in the Navy. When I was in service, I helped our corpsman out on my ship, so I was seeking something like an EMT or a paramedic initially. I wanted something with the same kind of camaraderie the Navy had, but being able to help other people as well. And after doing some ride time with the local fire department and seeing a car fire, I thought it was the neatest thing and went to school for that, and in time found myself applying here at Middletown. As far as my faith, I think a lot about Matthew 25, where when Jesus comes back and he's going to judge the people throughout the world. He speaks about those who helped others in need. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. And what you did for the least of these, you did for me. Every day I want to try to keep a servant's heart and help others and try to honor God in the process. A little compassion can go a long way, I guess. I contacted Jerry on behalf of a young man that used to go to my church. His name's Ashton Bennett. His mother called me and told me that for his birthday, instead of asking for party and gifts, he wanted to take the money that would have gone to that and to feed the hungry in Middletown. And after a little bit of collaboration and planning, Ashton gathered with a few of his friends and parents and was able to pack 87 lunches. And we went down to the bus stop and just basically left the door open to whoever wanted to come by, to have some fellowship, to offer prayer to hear Ashton's story, to listen to their story. And it was an incredible experience for so many here in Middletown to see this young man with a heart for serving and a heart for generosity, and to just be a reflection of God's love. Another thing might be my son. I would never let him underneath the kitchen sink where all the chemicals were, and he didn't understand why at 2 years old. He would just be upset whenever I wouldn't let him open that cabinet, and as he would cry, I would think to myself, you know, you're so little, there's so much of life you need to understand still. Just trust me in the process right now, know that I'm taking care of you and I love you, and then in the end everything's fine. And as I would witness him growing and exploring things like that, I would imagine myself looking up to my Father in heaven, who's seen all of eternity, and we're 70 years plus or minus on this earth. It's such a tiny blip in the timeline of creation. So we are essentially, you know, infants in that same way, and it makes sense and is easier for me to trust in what His plan is for me when I realize He's up there saying, it's okay, you know, when you're confused by this, just know that I'm taking care of you and I love you, and in the end you'll see it and it'll all come together.